won't be there to blame. Why'd you start off my plan here when you knew it can't come true? That's the questions that I answered. It's the same now that we're through. Get yourself a woman. Stop acting like you're lame. Get yourself a woman. I won't be there to blame. Now you know that I'm leaving. Though to you it seems insane. And I know you lost your reason when I wasn't there to blame. Get yourself a woman. Stop acting like you're lame. Get yourself a woman. I won't be there to blame. If I find you sleeping, I'd walk right out the door. I got this need that needs attention. No time to take on more. You say it's for the reason, the reason meet your need. But damn it, listen, woman, it's your mind you gotta feed. Your mind you gotta feed. Your mind you gotta feed. Get yourself a woman. Stop acting like you're lame. Get yourself a woman. I won't be there to blame. Get yourself a woman. You're acting like you're lame. Get yourself a woman. I won't be there to blame. Get yourself a woman. But I don't know my name. I like to fly without planes, yeah. Totally slightest. Ooh, you think I'm crazy? I think it's a game. I'm just 30 brainwaves short of being sane. See, this white coat, she don't fit very well. Her sleeves are a bit too long, couldn't you tell? Custom made. No, I said I didn't mean to offend you. Don't take it too hard. I'm only moments away.
Good evening, South Tama Trojan fans. Welcome to another night of basketball here on Trojan Country. I'm Darvin Graham with you this evening on tonight's call as South Tama County is set to take on the Marion Wolves here live from the STC Round House in Tama, Iowa. We just had the conclusion of the JV Frosh game here on the court. We just watched the last couple moments of that. And final score, South Tama JV Frosh taking the loss 59-41 against Marion. And we're getting ready to have boys varsity taking the court for warm-ups here in a moment, probably about 15-20 minutes away from tip-off of this varsity contest. As here come the STC boys. I'd like to say thank you to our sponsors this evening that have put us on the air and supported us for this winter sports season. They include Cruzy Phillips Funeral Home, Salt Creek Wind, State Bank of Toledo, Sharn Weber's, Marquess Law, S&S Car Wash, Medicap Pharmacy, Iowa Premium, and Mercy Care Tama. South Tama coming into this one 0-2 so far in their season. As we were with them Monday and Tuesday of last week, the Trojans taking a big loss to Grinnell in their opener in Grinnell, and then was, I think, a 3-point loss to Sadell on November 29. No, a 2-point loss, excuse me. It was a 63-61 contest. Senior Ivan Alvarado led all scorers in that one with 28 points. Cade Rosenberger and Pella Weiss each also got in double figures. Rosenberger with 12, Weiss with 11. And from their standpoint, really the game got going for them from the three-point line. Both had multiple three-pointers that really got their scoring in gear. The Trojans in that one against Sadell, that was last Tuesday, so it's been a little while since we've had South Tama boys basketball here on the court. A little bit of a break for them as they were not in action on Tuesday. The Trojans against Sadell outshot the Eagles from the field, but by a small margin, 42% to 40. But the Eagles were better on the boards, out-rebounding South Tama 31-24, and they were also better at the free throw line, making 17 of their free throws to South Tama's 12. And they were one better from the three-point line. So a narrow margin between the two in the stat box and a narrow finish as South Tama kind of rallied in the fourth as they were trailing a little bit. Couldn't quite get the comeback to go, and they take the loss. They lose 2 straight to Sadell. Last year, it was a 2-point loss as well here at home. But tonight we have the Marion Wolves as the South Tama WaMaC Conference gets started in earnest here with Marion in the house. The girls, of course, are up in Marion this evening, taking on the Marion girls varsity team. Best of luck to them. If we get any score updates, we'll be sure to pass that along. And yeah, you can see we're just getting warmed up here on the court as we've got about 12 minutes to go before game time here. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Trojan Country.
Some things so far
All right, welcome back live from the STC Round House. Darvin Graham here live with you on tonight's call as South Tama boys varsity about to take on the Marion Wolves here in the first WaMaC conference action for the Trojans here in this young season. South Tama 0-2, head coached by Dustin Pesca, assisted by Nate Dorn. The starters for your STC Trojans tonight: at a point guard, number 2, junior, 5'6" guard, Cade Rosenberger. Number 5, junior, 5'10" forward, Daniel Weiss. The scoring leader for South Tama is number 10, 5'11" guard, Ivan Alvarado. Alvarado really a do-it-all type of player, able to bring the ball down. Really has done a lot of his offensive work around the rim, cutting in, kind of a slasher type player. At least that's what we've seen from him so far. Not as much from the jump shooting standpoint, although he has shown range from three-point. But most of his work has been done in the lane. And so we'll see what comes tonight for senior Ivan Alvarado. 28 points last game against Sadell to lead the Trojans. Next up for the STC Trojans, number 20, Pelle Weiss. He is the German foreign exchange student for the Trojans. He's a senior, standing 6 foot. A three-point specialist along with Cade Rosenberger. And rounding out the Trojans lineup at a post, number 50, 6 foot junior, Jeremy Dolash. Your starters for the visitors, the Marion Wolves. At a guard, first it's going to be number 1, Brayson Laube, standing 6'2". Next is number 2, 6'1" guard, a junior, Miles Davis. And it's number 3, 5'9" guard, Jordan Fisher. He's a junior. Next for the Wolves, number 13, 6'1" guard, senior Alex Moda. And rounding out the lineup for Marion tonight, number 24, 6'5" forward, a senior, Kalen Claypool. Marion Wolves are 1-1, head coached by Pete Messerly, assisted by Nick Joyce and Ellis Page. In their 2 games so far this season, Marion was blown out by Cedar Rapids Kennedy in their opener. 82-37 was the final there. And then their second game of the season, the score kind of flipped around. It was a win, 65-54 over Cedar Rapids Washington. Kalen Claypool and Brayson Laube each had 16 in that one to lead Marion. Last season, Marion finished 19-6 overall and won the WaMaC East Conference in a nicely contested battle there over on the east side of the WaMaC. They ended up being a state quarterfinalist, losing 81-77 to Winterset to end their season. Brayson Laube was the leading scorer last year, averaging 20 points per game. He also finished top 5 in Class 3A in total points scored. And really, for the Wolves, they bring back a ton of firepower from the state team last year, graduating only 3 seniors, returning the bulk of their starters and key contributors. Marion holds a 10-2 record over South Tama during the Quick Stats era, dating back to 2014. The 2 wins for South Tama came in single-digit victories. That was the 2017 and 2018 teams. That ended up leading to a sub-state final in 18. Last year, Marion beat South Tama 81-38. And so that's kind of the look at the Marion Wolves tonight. Meanwhile, the STC girls are on the road taking on Marion this evening. The girls last were in action on Friday. They traveled up to West Delaware to take on the Hawks. And since their season opener, the win against Marshalltown, the girls have lost 3 straight to Grinnell, a 74-16 final there, to Sadell, and a little bit closer finish. 52-36 was the final there. And on Friday, in a lopsided score, the Trojans lost 60-8 against West Delaware. Against Sadell, Arrow Lyons was the leading scorer for South Tama. That was last Tuesday. She had 12 points and 12 rebounds. Shooting 5 for 14 from the field. Next up was Zira Capeu with 8 points, and Kayla Heck with a nice all-around game, finishing with 6 points, 9 rebounds, 5 steals, and 3 blocks. In that contest, really the story was Paige Rummins, the 5'10 sophomore post for the Sadell Eagles. She scored 20 points to go along with 21 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 5 steals. And that really put things out of reach for South Tama last Tuesday against Sadell. Got about 3 minutes away from tip-off here from the boys' game. If you're just tuning in, the final score of the JV Frosh game, South Tama lost. 59-41 was the final there. And trying to get some stats pulled up here from the STC West Delaware girls game. That was a very lopsided affair, so a light scoring game for the Trojans. All right, so leading scorer for the Trojans against West Delaware. This was last Friday. Zira Capello had 4. Takai Rosenberger 3. And Arrow Lions 1. That rounded out the scoring for the Trojans. Nobody fouled out for South Tama. On the West Delaware side, they were paced by Brooke Krogman, sophomore. She had finished with 15, and Kennedy Klosterman, a senior, finished with 10 for the West Delaware Hawks on Friday. We'll be right back. We're going to hear a word from some of our sponsors, and we'll be right back with the tip-off live from the STC Round House in Tama, Iowa. You're listening and watching Trojan Country. Located in the heart of corn and cattle country, Iowa Premium procures and processes only corn-fed Black Angus cattle that come hand-selected from family farms in Iowa and neighboring states. As Tama County's largest employer, the team at Iowa Premium are an anchor, not only in the beef industry, but throughout eastern and central Iowa. Iowa Premium, a national beef company. Medicap Pharmacy in Toledo offers free medication packaging and free delivery to surrounding areas. With convenient drive-up service and hours on Saturday morning, Medicap Pharmacy is always there for you. Visit with pharmacist Derek Townsend and his team by calling 484-6198 or stop by their location across from Fairway in Toledo. Medicap Pharmacy, locally owned and expertly operated. Sharn Weber's in Toledo serves central and northeast Iowa with the latest in heating and cooling systems, water softeners, plumbing and electrical installation, as well as expert service and repair. As a family-owned hallmark business from the South Tama community, Sharn Weber's is proud to support Trojan spirit on the field, on the stage, on the court, or in the classroom. When the job needs done, call Sharn Weber's at 800-542-7980. MarkWest Law Office in Toledo is a proud Trojan Country sponsor and supporter of STC activities. Attorney Mike MarkWest and the staff at MarkWest Law Office are here to help during life's most challenging moments. The attorneys at MarkWest Law specialize in a variety of areas, including family law, criminal defense, real estate, and civil litigation. With a growing staff of legal professionals, there's a good chance MarkWest Law can handle your case. MarkWest Law. We care, we listen, we can help. Call 641-484-1001 or visit tamalaw.com for more. 2022 marks the 95th year in business for the State Bank of Toledo since opening in 1927. The State Bank of Toledo is Trojan Country's hometown bank, supporting its customers with loyal, friendly, and fair customer service. With 2 convenient locations, a full-service investment center, 24-hour ATM service, and online banking, you can't go wrong making State Bank of Toledo your financial services choice. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. As partners in the community, Salt Creek Wind Project is committed to supporting Tama County's growth in a way that benefits all residents. Construction on the project will bring hundreds of new opportunities for Tama County's workforce and will allow workers to gain valuable, transferable skills. Hundreds of millions of dollars in tax revenue generated by the project will help improve county services such as schools, roads, and emergency response. And the clean, emission-free power generated will support a more reliable delivery system in the county and beyond. To learn more about Salt Creek Wind or to join our coalition of supporters, visit saltcreekwindproject.com. All right, welcome back live from the STC Round House. We just had our starting lineups and our national anthem, and we're ready to go here in this WaMaC conference opener. South Tama in all white tonight, and the Marion Wolves in red and yellow. At the center, it's going to be Jeremy Dolash and Kalen Claypool, excuse me. And the tip goes way back and is picked up by Jordan Fisher, number 3. There's Laube, the scoring leader for these Wolves. Jump shot off the mark, picked up by Miles Davis. Out to Laube, open 3, drains it. Grayson Laube scores first, and the Wolves leading 3-0. A pass intended for Jeremy Dolash, picked off by Jordan Fisher. Now Davis from the perimeter. The Wolves work it around the horn to Claypool. Laube cutting inside, jumper, the foul, and the shot. Laube going to work quickly. As he'll step to the line to try and make it a 3-point play. First team foul for the Trojans, just getting things underway here in this WaMaC Conference matchup. Pella Weiss, the senior, getting the foul for the Trojans, and the bucket will fall for Laube. Trojans dealing with a little half-court press here. Rosenberger with the ball, working against Fisher. Man-to-man, high pass goes out of bounds. Turnover gives it back to the Marion Wolves. South Tama has yet to be able to really get into anything comfortably, as Marion's defense has done a good job of pressuring them so far. Been quick to act on offense as well. Jumper off the mark for number 13, Alex Moda. A steal near midcourt. Fisher floats one in, and it's good. Jordan Fisher gets his first points of the night, and a timeout on the court. Coach Peska needed to refocus things here a little bit As a reminder, on the court for South Tama, we've got Cade Rosenberger, Daniel Weiss, Ivan Alvarado, Pella Weiss, and Jeremy Dolash. I'd like to say thank you to the South Tama Community School District for allowing us to use their huddle camera for tonight's coverage. And of course, thank you to our sponsors keeping us going here in the winter season. They include Cruzy Phillips Funeral Home, Salt Creek Wind, State Bank of Toledo, Sharn Weber's, Mark West Law, SNS Car Wash, Medicamp Pharmacy, Iowa Premium, and Mercy Care Tama. Now here's Ivan Alvarado with the ball near center court. To Pella Weiss. Nice pass, finding Dolash open. Claypool gets a hand on Dolash's shot. The loose ball gets picked up by Claypool. And now here come the Wolves, quickly working it up the court. Moda, jumper, long two, it's good. Alex Moda with the bucket, his first points of the night. So far, South Tama's really only gotten off one shot. It was Jeremy Dolash underneath the hoop. There's a steal by Davis. Davis is fouled, trying to go to the rim. And Pella Weiss picks up foul number 2 as Kingston Davenport getting ready to check in for the Trojans. South Tama again working with a 3-man bench tonight. Davis's first free throw is off the mark. So coming onto the court is Kingston Davenport for Pella Weiss, who will go to the bench. Weiss more of a three-point shooting threat. However, South Tama's not been able to get any open looks here so far in this first quarter. Second free throw from Davis is off the mark. It goes out of bounds. It will go to the Trojans. And Marion looks ready to press here as they keep 4 in the backcourt. Rosenberger, quick pass to Alvarado. And Ivan Alvarado working against Laube. Daniel Weiss. Hands off to Alvarado. Quick juke move inside. And Alvarado draws the foul against Laube. So Grayson Laube picks up foul number 1. First team foul for the Wolves. First personal for Laube, of course. In and out for Alvarado on shot number 1. The second is good for the senior. South Tama gets on the board with a free throw. Reserves looking to check in for the Wolves. Three-pointer for Moda. It's good. Moda with 5. And it's all Marion here in this first quarter. Another foul, though, drawn against Brayson Laube, the senior guard. And so Davis and Laube will head to the bench for Peyton Hodges and Elijah Smith. Hodges, a 6'1" guard, Smith, a 6'2" guard. So size advantages all over the court here against South Tama. Alvarado now working against Smith. Alvarado goes baseline, kicks it out to an open Rosenberger. In and out, good looking shot though. Hodges heaves it down court. The ball gets tipped out of bounds by Cade Rosenberger, who had good court awareness there to get a hand in there and knock it loose. Hodges to inbound from the baseline. Pass to Smith, he's open. Top of the key, rims out. Daniel Weiss the rebound. He's gonna press it up the court from the far side. Picks it up near the top of the key, has nowhere to go with it. Tosses it out of bounds, turnover. We had Dolash for South Tama, rotating out for Damian Benner. Benner, the 6-foot senior center for South Tama. Him and Dolash really the size down low for this team this year. Here's Peyton Hodges, the 3, no good. Rosenberger, the rebound, guarded by Fisher. And again, a missed pass as Rosenberger thought he had Weiss down low. Weiss wasn't even looking at him, and it got turned over on the fast break. Hodges to Smith, and a foul, an offensive foul called against Marion. Or no foul there. Called out of bounds. So Smith stepped out of bounds as he was trying to gather underneath the hoop. The South Tama really struggling with this press. And some of it here looks self-inflicted. I mean, Marion's doing a good job of staying on their defenders, but here's Ivan Alvarado into the lane, bucket and the foul. And that's where he's dangerous most. The South Tama cannot rely on that playmaking if they're going to be turning the ball over as many times as we've seen so far here in this first quarter. So Alvarado puts through 2. Foul is on Kalen Claypool, his first, 3rd team foul for the Wolves. And Alvarado puts through the and 1. Benner going to the bench for Dolash. And more subs coming in for Marion. Fisher to the bench. For Nathan Whalen. Also now on Trey Frank, number 5 on the wing. Alex Moda, the lone starter, still in. Frank, the shot, no good. Off the mark, Dolash the rebound. The Wolves clear out. South Tama now in the half court. Weiss drives in, kicks out to Alvarado. Alvarado has nowhere to go. Waves off the screen from Dolash and backs it up near half court. Davenport to Rosenberger. He'll try a 3 off the front of the rim. Loose ball, knocked out of bounds. And that gives it back to the Wolves. Elijah Smith now working the ball up the court. Smith guarded by Rosenberger. Big size advantage there for Smith. He kicks it out to Peyton Hodges. Rims out a 3-point opportunity. Dolash the rebound. Now Alvarado guarded by Smith on the defensive end. Rosenberger to Weiss. Weiss drives in, floats one up, gets the contact, and will be called for charge. Well, no charge there. No. I guess no call, and it just went out of bounds. So out of bounds on South Tama. I didn't see any official indication that, oh, there we go. There we go. Yep, so Weiss charged for the charge. Excuse me. Davis back onto the court for the Wolves. Whalen the shot, a 3, no good. Moda tracks down the rebound. And the Wolves turned it over. Kingston Davenport bringing it up. Has a little bit of space, kicks out to Rosenberger. South Tama is covered up here in this man-to-man defense so far. Davenport draws the foul as he got one up underneath the hoop. And it will be a shooting foul, so he'll go to the line for 2. South Tama still kind of muted the scoring here for the Wolves midway into the first period. Miles Davis picking up the foul. Fourth team foul now for Marion as Kingston Davenport buckets his first free throw. Makes the second. Now Elijah Smith dribbling against Cade Rosenberger. Smith into the lane. Little finger roll from the right side is good. Davenport, dangerous pass. It's picked off by Trey Frank. Frank to Moda. Moda three-pointer. Rolls off the rim. Dolash gets into the fray, knocks it out of bounds, and it will be last touched by Marion. So South Tama gets the ball back here. Close scramble there near the South Tama sideline, but at any rate, we've got just over a minute to go here left in the first. It's been all Marion. South Tama drawing some fouls here, getting kind of some contact underneath the hoop, but they've got to have more space as Alvarado is going to be called out of bounds as he got a foot on the line there, driving baseline. And I don't know what the buzzer is getting jumpy about, but we're on a little pause here. Marion ball with just over a minute to go, 15-6. Jordan Fisher, bringing the ball up for Marion. Setting the offense up. We have yet to see Brayson Lauvey as he got into 2 fouls midway into the first. He's still on the bench. Alex Moda coming back on. Now Alvarado working against Fisher. Loses the handle, picks it back up after Fisher got a hand in there, but just no room to work. Dolash calling his fault on that one, but I credit that to the Marion defense as the Wolves were just airtight on the perimeter, and the pass from Alvarado goes out of bounds. Here's quickly now the Wolves back on offense. Final seconds coming off the clock in the first quarter. We haven't yet had a shot clock buzzer go off. As it'll be interesting to see how that new wrinkle kind of plays into the boys' season this year. Long three-pointer by Peyton Hodges is off the mark. And after one, it is Marion 15, South Tama 6. We'll be right back. You're listening to Trojan Country. Sharn Weber's in Toledo serves central and northeast Iowa with the latest in heating and cooling systems, water softeners, plumbing and electrical installation, as well as expert service and repair. As a family-owned hallmark business from the South Tama community, Sharn Weber's is proud to support Trojan spirit on the field, on the stage, on the court, or in the classroom. When the job needs done, call Sharn Weber's at 800-542-7980. Cruzy Phillips Funeral Home in Tama is locally owned and operated, serving Tama, Toledo, and the surrounding areas. Cruzy Phillips offers both traditional and cremation services at the time of need, as well as pre-planned arrangements that give you and your family peace of mind. Through competent professionalism, the staff at Cruzy Phillips Funeral Home serves families with compassion and respect for their needs and wishes. That's why they offer services with unique options and attention to every detail. Obituaries and funeral home information can be found online at cruzy-phillips.com or by calling 641-484-3400. All right, welcome back live here. The start of the second quarter. South Tama trailing 15-6 against the Marion Wolves. On the court to start the second. Inbounding the ball for South Tama, it's Kingston Davenport, then Ivan Alvarado, Daniel Weiss, Cade Rosenberger, and Jeremy Dolash. Pella Weiss on the bench with 2 fouls. Brayson Laube also on the bench with 2 fouls for Marion. Marion exponentially deeper on the bench than South Tama, as the Trojans working with only 3 players on their bench tonight. We have 2 Trojans ineligible, I believe, through the Christmas break. And so the team looks to get a little deeper, bearing in mind that there's no injuries, and knock on wood, that won't happen. There's a missed shot by Alvarado to start the second quarter, and here comes Marion quickly back on offense. Three-pointer is in and out for Alex Moda. Cade Rosenberger the rebound. Rosenberger a screen for Weiss. And this offense has been Ivan Alvarado setting things up near the half-court line and just trying to squeeze the ball in just inside the arc at this point is kind of the challenge, as Marion has been holding off South Tama, as Moda gets the better of Alvarado on that one, picks the pocket, the transition. Laube rolls in a layup for 2. First points in a while for Marion. Long 2 for Cade Rosenberger, and he's on the board. Only second field goal so far for South Tama. Ivan Alvarado had 1 in the first quarter. And it's been free throws the rest of the way. There's Kalen Claypool going hard to the rack. Quickly for 2, his first points tonight. Claypool also has a foul. Marion with 5 team fouls, so not quite in trouble yet, but something to keep an eye on here as we get into the second quarter. Kingston Davenport into traffic. The ball gets knocked out. Alex Moda, the fast break. Finger roll around the rim, no good. And Daniel Weiss picks up the rebound. Dumps off to Rosenberger. Rosenberger trying to go down low to Dolash. Would love to see him just pull up and shoot there. Laube called for a 3rd foul.
That's not a foul, guys. Not even close. Not even close.
So Laube and Davis will go to the bench. And we got a timeout. South Tama just kind of hanging in there. But Marion has been the aggressor and really has forced a lot of turnovers here so far in the first half. In the timeout, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
S&S Car Wash provides both automatic and hand wash services, as well as detailing for your vehicle. S&S Car Wash, your local car wash destination, with convenient locations in Toledo and Tama. Located in the heart of corn and cattle country, Iowa Premium procures and processes only corn-fed Black Angus cattle that come hand-selected from family farms in Iowa and neighboring states. As Tama County's largest employer, the team at Iowa Premium are an anchor, not only in the beef industry, but throughout eastern and central Iowa. Iowa Premium, a national beef company.
All right, coming in out of the timeout, South Tama only down by 8 here, though it has felt very much a lopsided contest. With Marion 1-1 on their season so far. Controlling the pace. Pressing South Tama into a ton of turnovers here so far. Inbound pass to Dolash. Daniel Weiss, two-handed pass inside to Alvarado. He's got to skip it back outside. Working against Fisher. Again, picked off. Alvarado has had the ball stolen away a few times. Moda and Smith got tangled up, and a foul will be called Don't know who that's going to be on. Coach Pesca talking things over with the ref. Still don't know who the foul's on. I guess if there was a foul, I didn't see the official motion to the bench, to the scores table, so I guess no foul there. I don't know how. Maybe a jump ball or a turnover. I think maybe they called Rosenberger, who went to the deck, got his feet in the air maybe, and turned it over that way. Cross-court pass almost went out of bounds. Peyton Hodges driving inside. Marion crisp passing all the way around. Elijah Smith rims out a three-pointer. Claypool, the rebound, kicks it out to Fisher, who's open for three. His shot is off the mark. Moda tracks down a second offensive rebound, and Marion has had all kinds of opportunities here in this trip down the court. A long three now from Moda, and he buries it. 2 3-point buckets for Alex Moda so far tonight, as Marion now pushes it out to a double-digit lead. Back to their press. Alvarado quickly sprints up the court. He'll drive into the lane. Nice little move at the rim and finishes for two. Long shot there by Moda is off the mark. South Tama called for a foul there, although I don't have a 21. At least I don't think I do. I don't have him on my roster. Oh no, foul's called against Marion there. Excuse me. So Mason Kinney, who's just in off the bench, picks up a foul. Alvarado just put through his first of 2 free throws. Or no, excuse me, a 1-and-1. Aiden Auclair comes into the game for Kingston Davenport. And Alvarado trying to make it 2. Halfway through the second quarter. Rebound. Good effort there by Jeremy Dolash to force a loose ball. Alvarado picks it up and floats one in. Elijah Smith at the key. Claypool down low. All kinds of weapons here for Marion tonight. Claypool's going to try a 3. Way off the mark. Air ball. Rebound by Cade Rosenberger. South Tama back to within 9. Rosenberger tries a 3. This one's hard off the back of the rim. Daniel Weiss the rebound. Good effort there. Weiss's comeback attempt unable to go. Auclair and Weiss keeping the possession alive. Now Alvarado with the ball. Still have not seen Pella Weiss back onto the court. Working with 2. And Auclair whistled for 3 seconds in the lane. And now Pella Weiss and Kingston Davenport coming back onto the court for Daniel Weiss and Aiden Auclair. Looks like we're going to have a performance by the STC dance squad at halftime. They're getting ready to go out here. Steal by Ivan Alvarado. He's got Moda one-on-one. Can't get the layup to finish, but he gets his own rebound and puts it through. Alvarado with 11. The Trojans make it a 7-point game. Another 3-pointer off the mark for Marion. They're taking a bunch here tonight. And if they get him going, it's going to be tough. I don't want to say it's going to be lights out. That's kind of what comes to mind, but because that's the thing that's not happening for Marion here so far. Referee got in the way as the loose ball went out of bounds, so it will stay with South Tama. Rosenberger working along the sideline there. The ball touched the ref, and so it will stay with the Trojans. Davenport to inbound. Long pass to Alvarado, and he draws Mason Kinney. Kinney, we did not see at all in the first quarter, and I don't know if he's just there to absorb contact from Alvarado, as Alvarado goes to the rim again. Five-point game here. The South Tama just making it messy tonight. Hodges to the rack. And Alvarado draws the charge. And Peyton Hodges. And that'll be a timeout on the court as South Tama working from 5 down here as we get close to halftime. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to Trojan Country.
Medicap Pharmacy in Toledo offers free medication packaging and free delivery to surrounding areas. With convenient drive-up service and hours on Saturday morning, Medicap Pharmacy is always there for you. Visit with pharmacist Derek Townsend and his team by calling 484-6198 or stop by their location across from Fairway in Toledo. Medicap Pharmacy, locally owned and expertly operated.
Out of the timeout, South Tama with the ball after Ivan Alvarado drew a charge against Peyton Hodges from Marion. Peloise back onto the court. He's got a little bit of three-point range in him, and we'll see if maybe he can sneak one in, but really the score so far has been Alvarado tonight, as he's got 13. Grayson Laube working with 3 fouls, so he's on the bench. There's some space as Alvarado quickly gets it down low to Kingston Davenport, and he finishes for 2. 3-point game. First field goal for Kingston Davenport. But the assist there by Alvarado. Hodges to Kinney. And now South Tama starting to wake up here a little bit. The defense getting a little sharper, a little more aggressive. Fisher, fadeaway jumper is good. As the net keeps getting caught on some of these shots. The official kind of getting it loose there. Crucial bucket there by Fisher for Marion, as he kind of staves off some momentum that South Tama is starting to build. A short time in the second quarter here. Rosenberger passes off to Alvarado, guarded by Fisher. Gets the screen from Dolas and the switch to Frank. Marion's got a lot of very athletic guards that are going toe to toe with Ivan Alvarado. Peloise just heaves one up at the buzzer. So there's your first shot clock to go off. Officials taking some time to talk to Coach Messerly on the Marion side. And we're just about ready to go here. Been a close game as we just had a lot of missed shots by Marion. I mean, they've gotten themselves opportunities. They forced turnovers. But South Tama has managed to get Brayson Laube, the team leader for this Marion Wolves team, onto the bench with 3 fouls, and you got to wonder if that's just kind of made them a little uneasy. Daniel Weiss getting the loose ball near the half-court line. Stretching out underneath. Can't get the shot to go. Takes some contact, but no foul called there. Just out of bounds. Turnover to Marion. And the Wolves will have 15 seconds. They can hold it for the last shot if they want. Moda with 2 3-pointers so far. Can't say he's had a hot hand, but he's been the one from long distance, and Laube back into the game here with 3. He's going to try the 3. In and out, no good. Loose ball picked up by Daniel Weiss, and will go into halftime. Marion leading 24-19. As we've got rain and drizzle outside, we've got a sloppy game here at the Round House. And here we go. It's close. I'd like to thank our sponsors again for their support during this winter season. They include Cruzy Phillips Funeral Home, Salt Creek Wind, State Bank of Toledo, Sharn Weber's, Marquest Law, SNS Car Wash, Medicap, Iowa Premium, and Mercy Care Tama. We'll be right back after a break. It's halftime here at the Round House. Well, trying to get you back to see the STC dance team, but our automated camera that we've got working here in the gym has difficulty with low light and tracking motion as different bodies moving around all over the place in the gym. It kind of moves with the motion on the court, so it's just has a tough time. So we're going to switch back over to our halftime portion here. We'll be right back live in a few minutes. 8 minutes to go until the start of the third quarter. We'll be back after this.
I was born in a dump. My mama died and my daddy got 'Cause I love you. I said I
You've been listening to the sweet, sweet sounds of Hot Jam, Marshalltown and Tama's own Hall of Fame rock and roll band from the 70s. Thank you to them for the use of their music here on Trojan Country. They've got a really nice vinyl album that just came out. You can check them out on the Bandcamp website. If you just search Hot Jam, Marshalltown, plug those into Google, you'll find them. And they've got a really nice remastered vinyl out there that you can check out. It's got a lot of classic hits that I'm sure a lot of folks from our area that were around in that period remember hearing live at the concert halls and memorial halls around Central Iowa. Halftime score here, Marion 24, South Tama 19. As we get our, apologies if our video is a little scrambled here to begin. I know our this camera we use here kind of needs to warm itself up, it seems. On the court for South Tama here in the white is Cade Rosenberger, Ivan Alvarado, Pella Weiss, Daniel Weiss, and Jeremy Dolash. The starters also back on for Marion. There's Miles Davis with a jumper and a foul. Miles Davis makes it makes it three with the free throw. I believe the foul was against Pella Weiss, who just checked out of the game after starting the quarter for Kingston Davenport. Weiss now with 3 personal. First team foul for South Tama. Rosenberger, I believe, called out of bounds there. And now here come the Wolves again. Opening part of this third quarter, Jacob Fisher finds an opening in the lane. Jets in there, hands it off to Claypool, and Claypool finishes at the hoop. He had 2 points in the first half. I think the Wolves would love to get him going, as he's got an advantage over everybody on the court, including Dolash, who's guarding him. Loose ball. And a whistle. carry called against Cade Rosenberger on that scramble for the loose ball, and so it will stay with Marion. Laube working with 3 fouls for the Wolves. Dumps it to Davis. Davis tries to float one in, off the mark. Davenport the rebound. First half stats for the Trojans. Ivan Alvarado with 13. Kingston Davenport with 4. Cade Rosenberger with 2. Here's Peloise just back into the game. He'll try a 3. Nothing there. And rolls out of bounds. Laube working against Alvarado. Blows right by him. Jump shot, not there. Rebound, Daniel Weiss. Weiss drives into the lane, pumps, puts it up. Nice defense by Kalen Claypool, who forces the missed shot. He grabs the loose ball. Davis going into the lane, draws the foul. Fourth personal against Peloise as he remains out on the court. South Tama, as we remind you, with only 3 players on the bench. There's a 3-pointer by Brayson Laube. Here's his first points of the half. 2 triples for the senior so far tonight. He's just gotten into double digits as the Trojans throw it away on their end. Halftime really came, I think, at the wrong time for South Tama, as they were just finding some kind of momentum, kind of forcing Marion into spots on the court, into a game that they didn't want to be playing. And Marion with some time to regroup. As I just say that, Claypool just turns it over. The ball just skips out of his fingers there. Near the baseline, South Tama will recover, and Rosenberger will bring it up for the Trojans. Nice pass there by Cade Rosenberger, finding Alvarado down low. Trojans work it around the horn. Rosenberger's going to drive in, and buckets one. 4 points now for Rosenberger, his first points of the half. Back to a 10-point game. As some shots have started to fall here for Marion in the second half. Alex Moda off of a pick, drops one in. A long 2 for the senior. Weiss down low, finds Alvarado. Up and under against Claypool, and it's good for 2. First points for Alvarado now. Well, that 4th foul is going to come against Laube. That could push him back to the bench, and we'll see how that could affect the game. Claypool misses his first shot. He clears it back out to the perimeter. Now an open look for Davis. He can't get it to go. Claypool, the bucket. No bucket. Claypool called for an offensive foul before the shot went in. And that's what South Tama has been able to do, is just kind of get things muddy and get things messy in this low-scoring game. But they still trail by 10, and they've got to find offense. They've got to find somebody that can shoot. Daniel Weiss into the lane, not there. Peloise the rebound. Rosenberger, decent look at a 3. Hard off the back of the rim, though. Davis will hand it off to Moda. Now Davis down low, barreling through, and finishes at the hoop for 2. Davis with 5 now, as he's gotten pretty active here in the second half. Daniel Weiss. Alvarado now, baseline against Jordan Fisher, excuse me, I keep saying Jacob. Back outside, Daniel Weiss, two-handed pass to Alvarado. Tries a three, in and out, just got robbed by the rim there. Kingston Davenport comes away with the loose ball, and the Trojans another opportunity here. Fisher going to be called for a blocking foul against Ivan Alvarado. First personal for Jordan Fisher, the junior guard. He'll go to the bench, as will Claypool and Davis. Trey Frank, Elijah Smith, and Peyton Hodges coming on. Really a bona fide second unit. I wouldn't call them reserves. I'd call them just a second unit, as they were played heavily into the picture in the first half. They're back onto the court now. A timeout. Coach Pesco wanted to save the possession as the Trojans were having the trouble getting the ball in. Thin crowd here tonight at the STC Round House, which is always kind of sad to see. And this is, just from my own personal opinion, I really don't see how the split scheduling like the WaMaC does helps out schools like South Tama and Marion and everybody else in the WaMaC when you've got your crowd going two different places. I have to imagine that having both varsity teams in the house in one night is going to end up with a better overall crowd for both teams. There's a steal at midcourt. Brayson Laube, the assist to Trey Frank, who finished it off at the hoop for two, his first points of the night. You can't see it on the feed really. South Tama's got most of the lower level bleachers on the home side filled, but the upper deck is pretty thinned out. A decent showing for the Marion faithful here, driving down from the Cedar Rapids area. Late third quarter. Here's Ivan Alvarado driving inside. Aiden O'Cleary into the game for South Tama. He passes off to Cade Rosenberger for three. Rosenberger's first triple of the night. South Tama would love nothing more than to get his shot going, and a foul whistle sounds as soon as the ball gets down to the Marion side. Kingston Davenport picking up his first personal against Peyton Hodges. Hodges misses the first free throw. His body language has looked frustrated tonight as he's missed some shots. South Tama's going to rotate out. O'Clair to the bench for Dolash. And Hodges will shoot number two. And he puts it through. Hodges' first point of the night comes from a free throw. But a double-digit margin here for Marion late into the third quarter. Alvarado tries a three, puts it in. South Tama with two three-pointers here in the last couple of trips down. The first three-pointer for Alvarado on the night. Back to a 10-point game, though. Laube into traffic, draws a foul, does not get the shot to go. And Davenport will pick up foul number two. So South Tama, again, as we've said, with the three players on the bench, the Trojans do not have a much of a leash to work with in the foul game. And that can really ratchet up in a hurry, as Alex Moda will go to the bench for Nathan Whalen. Laube puts in the bucket. Missed pass. Davenport turns it over. Fast break. Whalen finishes at the hoop. And Coach Pesca called timeout to save the fast break. So the bucket by Whalen will get pulled off the scoreboard. That's the first time I've seen a coach call a timeout to just save a fast break. Hey, the points are points, and it's remained close. And South Tama has not shown its ability to find consistent scoring yet. So no shade to Coach Pesca there, and just trying what he can, but an interesting move here. We'll be right back after a quick break and a word from one of our sponsors. As partners in the community, Salt Creek Wind Project is committed to supporting Tama County's growth in a way that benefits all residents. Construction on the project will bring hundreds of new opportunities for Tama County's workforce and will allow workers to gain valuable, transferable skills. Hundreds of millions of dollars in tax revenue generated by the project will help improve county services such as schools, roads, and emergency response. And the clean, emission-free power generated will support a more reliable delivery system in the county and beyond. To learn more about Salt Creek Wind or to join our coalition of supporters, visit saltcreekwindproject.com. All right, back live from the Roundhouse. Peyton Hodges, just a missed three-pointer there on the South Tama end a moment ago. Kingston Davenport had a nice look underneath, but just got robbed at the rim, and South Tama turns it back over. Loose ball went out of bounds, last touch by the Trojans, so Marion will have it again here after the missed shot by Hodges, and now a foul before the shot. And Davenport now picks up his third personal. He was trying to fight around a screen, I believe, and so Peloise with 4, Kingston Davenport with 3 personals. Daniel Weiss, the only other Trojan with a foul so far here. South Tama up to 16 fouls, though, so that could really play into things as we get near the fourth quarter. Elijah Smith called for traveling in the backcourt. Now Jordan Fisher coming back on for Smith. The Trojans working it around the perimeter. Daniel Weiss to Cade Rosenberger. Down low to Eau Claire. Kicks it back out to Rosenberger. In and out. Had a nice looking shot, but now Lobby will get the bucket and the foul. I think Daniel Weiss is going to get called on this one. Daniel Weiss picks up foul number 2. And an and one opportunity coming here from Brayson Lobby. Trojans into the single bonus now with 17 fouls. Lobby's free throw off the mark. He gets his own rebound, loose ball coughed up, and another foul on the scramble with Lobby and company. I think Weiss might be getting called for this one. Yep, he picks up foul number 3, so that just sends Lowry right back to the line for 2. Marion maintaining control here late into the third quarter. South Tama kind of got the Wolves frustrated a little bit into getting into halftime, as Nathan Whalen kind of stripping the ball away from Cade Rosenberger, swatting it onto his leg, and it went out of bounds, so that'll turn it over. Frank to the bench for Fisher. Miles Davis back on for the Wolves. Whalen to Laube, jumper, in and out. Hodges tracks down the rebound. And Hodges right at the buzzer. Shot's no good, and we'll go to the fourth. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Marquess Law Office in Toledo is a proud Trojan Country sponsor and supporter of STC activities. Attorney Mike Marquess and the staff at Marquess Law Office are here to help during life's most challenging moments. The attorneys at Marquess Law specialize in a variety of areas, including family law, criminal defense, real estate, and civil litigation. With a growing staff of legal professionals, there's a good chance Marquess Law can handle your case. Marquess Law. We care, we listen, we can help. Call 641-484-1001 or visit tamalaw.com for more. If you believe in capturing meaningful moments, you've made it to the right place. The Farmer's Daughter Photography and TFD Films are a proud supporter of Trojan Country and South Tama County activities. Located near Conrad, the Farmer's Daughter Photography and TFD Films offer an array of photo and video services, including family photos, newborns, kids and seniors, weddings, and commercial media. Check them out on the web at tfdphoto.com or on Facebook and Instagram to learn more.
All right, back to the start of the fourth quarter. Darvin Graham here live with you at the STC Round House. The Trojans trailing 44-29 against the Marion Wolves. Here the first WaMaC conference action for the STC Trojans. Starting on the court for the Trojans here in the fourth. Daniel Weiss to inbound, Cade Rosenberger, Damian Benner down low. He's been pretty quiet tonight as he's been on the bench for much of the nights, but he gets on the court here with Pella Weiss with 4 fouls. Daniel Weiss working with 3. Aiden Auclair and Ivan Alvarado rounding it out for the Trojans. Pass almost picked off. Rosenberger to Weiss. Alvarado to Rosenberger, and he puts through a 3. 2 3-pointers for Cade Rosenberger. 12-point game now. And Alex Moda trying to answer. He gets a long 2. Again, the net keeps getting caught on the South Tama side. We've had to stop play a few times here to get the net straightened out. That's what's happened here just a moment ago. Here's Ivan Alvarado for 3. Rolls one out. Laube the rebound. Open look for Miles Davis, and he puts it in. Alvarado, top of the key, working against Moda. Out to Rosenberger. He tries another 3, and it's good. The Trojans and the Wolves getting out to a little bit of a scoring track meet here. But Marion has done a good job to answer each time down the court. Loose ball, scramble, finally picked up by Auclair. Alvarado now taking it up. Just drives into the lane, puts it up. No whistle there. No clear to the bench for Dolash. Just out of bounds call. Last touch by Marion, so the Trojans will have it. Weiss to inbound. To Alvarado. Weiss will look at a long three. Buckets it. All the way from downtown. Weiss, his first point of the night. But really, you look at the scoring, the 15-6 first quarter has been a deficit that South Tama has not been able to crawl out of, despite some decent efforts here. Kalen Claypool working against Dolash. Just a little pivot move and buckets it pretty easily there. Claypool a quiet night, but he's been pretty dominant down low. It's going to look like Davis will be called for a reach in there. Fourth team foul for the Wolves, so they're in good shape here into the fourth. South Tama with 8 team fouls. Fisher loses the handle down low. Alvarado now guarded by Fisher. And a good look, a nice pass there by Daniel Weiss, catching Dolash down low, and he finishes at the hoop. Laube responds on the other end with 2 of his own. Jeremy Dolash's first points of the night. Rosenberger almost traveled there, got it away to Dolash. Rosenberger switches on to Claypool. Weiss into the lane. And shot's no good. Here's Alex Moda driving into the lane himself. Foul before the shot. On a 1-and-1 coming here. 4th personal for Daniel Weiss. So Daniel Weiss and Pella Weiss both with 4 fouls here tonight. Moda on the 1-and-1, no, not there. And the rebound by Dolash and company. Rosenberger working against Laube. The Dolash at the high post. Pass got knocked out of bounds by Fisher, who got in ahead of Alvarado down low. Elijah Smith coming in for Fisher. Daniel Weiss to inbound from the far corner. Inbound pass picked off by Laube. Laube sprinting, no look pass to Smith. The shot wasn't there, but Moda cleaned it up right behind. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Marion. No, excuse me, last touch by the Trojans. Laube into traffic, draws a foul. Back to the line. This one will be against Alvarado. That's just his first. Alvarado's been held pretty quiet. He's been pretty quiet. Well, really all of South Tama, except for Rosenberger. Rosenberger's gotten almost all of his points here in the second half. Alvarado held to 5. He had 13 in the first half. As he picks up his first foul. Laube rattles out the first free throw. The STC wrestlers eagerly amassing their numbers on the near the entrance of the gym as they're getting ready for the STC duels tomorrow. They got to get the gym and the mats ready to go here after tonight's contest. Laube puts through the second one. He's up to 18 so far, leading the Wolves. And there's Elijah Smith for 3. And a timeout on the court. South Tama hasn't let the game get way out of hand, but still a double-digit margin. We'll be right back. You're listening to Trojan Country.
(2022) marks the 95th year in business for the State Bank of Toledo since opening in 1927. The State Bank of Toledo is Trojan Country's hometown bank, supporting its customers with loyal, friendly, and fair customer service. With 2 convenient locations, a full-service investment center, 24-hour ATM service, and online banking, you can't go wrong making State Bank of Toledo your financial services choice. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Thank you to all of our sponsors that have been with us this winter season. They include Cruzy Phillips Funeral Home, Salt Creek Wind, State Bank of Toledo, Sharn Weber's, Mark West Law, S&S Car Wash, Medicap Pharmacy, Iowa Premium, and Mercy Care Tama. Tonight's broadcast also made possible by the Charlie Townsley Memorial. .13 game here at South Tama. It's been all Marion tonight. South Tama has rallied a few times, gotten it to within 8, I think, at one point. No, it's 5, I think, was the narrowest margin near halftime. Wolves with the ball back on their side now. They're probably going to look to run a little clock here. Claypool, shot's not there. Alvarado had it popped loose by Fisher, and a fresh clock for the Wolves. Laube into the lane. Does not get the shot to drop, but he will draw the foul. Rosenberger the rebound. Excuse me, Rosenberger with the foul, just his first personal. Double bonus, double bogeys all the rest of the way. Laube puts in the first. And the second. He's up to 20. And I think we're going to have Claypool must have got whistled for a foul on the inbounds exchange there after the free throw by Laube went in. That's why we had the little pause there. Claypool with 3 fouls on the night. Peluis, long 3 off his back foot. It's not there. The ball bounces hard out of bounds. And a turnover back to the Wolves. Alex Moda, looking left, looking right. Decides he's going to take it himself. Laube the rebound. And he finishes cleans it up for 2. Laube now the leading scorer tonight. Alvarado into the lane, the bucket and the foul. Fouls on Brayson Laube, so that's his 4th, but with 1:40 to go, he's going to stay in there as the margin, 15, as there's a nice steal by Kingston Davenport. The missed free throw by Alvarado. And Davenport getting the steal on the inbounds pass. Gives South Tama a fresh possession here. Trojans need points in a hurry, though. Alvarado to Weiss, top of the key. Weiss, spin move into the lane. Finally gets one to drop. Daniel Weiss's first points of the night. Claypool now holding it. And Alvarado's going to get whistled against Laube. I will say, South Tama, they're going to take the loss here tonight, but did a nice job bothering Marion's key player, Brayson Laube, tonight. He's going to finish as the leading scorer, or could finish as the leading scorer here. He's going to try and tie it up with Alvarado. But he's gassed here at the end of this one. You can see him kind of shaking things off, going to his knees. Puts it in. He's got 23, and he's going to the bench. So that will do it for Brayson Laube. And Alvarado might try and score one more time. Weiss, baseline, gets a shot to go. Under 30 seconds. Almost picked off there. Miles Davis gets it to Hodges, Frank, and the Wolves kind of just working it around. Alvarado steals it away, or gets called for a reach in. And that's going to do it. Marion will come away with the final, 61-49. South Tama goes down. They go down hard, though. A nice effort there by the Trojans against an outmatched opponent. Ivan Alvarado and Brayson Laube each finished with 23. Cade Rosenberger with 13, the only other Trojan in double figures or in any kind of figures. Daniel Weiss had 4 there with 2 buckets late in the game. Pella Weiss had 1-3. Jeremy Dolash had 2. And that was it. Low-scoring game here tonight at the Round House. Alex Mota, the other key contributor for the Marion Wolves, he had, if I can get him here. He had 15 on the night. Miles Davis had a pretty hot second half. He came in scoreless in the first half and put in 8 points. So it was Mota and Laube, the 2 double-figure scorers on the night. As the wrestling crew makes their way onto the court here to get the mats laid out for the STC invite tomorrow. We're going to have that live right back here from the Round House starting at 9:30. We've got special interviews with a couple of wrestlers, South Tama's Mari Chavez and Mikhail Bear. We sat down with them during after practice earlier this week. Got to know them a little bit, so we're going to be airing that tomorrow during the STC duels, as well as a interview with our girls head coaches Danny Ellsbury and Jason Arp. You can check all that out here tomorrow morning live on Trojan Country. But by all means, if you're in the area, get down here and cheer on the Trojans. It's going to be a fun day of wrestling. Coming down one of the, I believe they're ranked. I'm not sure. They're usually ranked. Independents, they're coming to town, along with Iowa City, Regina, Des Moines East, and Pella community coming in. And so that will be exciting. We're going to have that live for you here on Trojan Country. If you can't make it out, tune in. We'll have all of the coverage be at it most of the morning and into the afternoon, I imagine. Make sure to follow us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube if you can. Helps us out and get you informed about all of our upcoming broadcasts. Still have not announced our post-holiday schedule. I think we're going to wait until we get to the holiday break, and then we'll put that out as we get closer to Christmas. So yeah, final score here tonight. South Tama taking the loss, 61-49. Thank you again to our sponsors: Salt Creek Wind, Sharn Weber's, Cruzy Phillips Funeral Home, State Bank of Toledo, Marquest Law, SNS Car Wash, Medicap Pharmacy, Iowa Premium, and Mercy Care Tama. Thanks to all those folks for their support. And everybody have a great weekend here in Tama, Toledo. Going to be some snow coming in, I believe. Keep an eye on the forecast. Get your snow tires out, or don't. Put some salt down. Do what you got to do. Stay safe out there. And we will look forward to seeing you back here on the friendly airwaves tomorrow. I believe I don't have that up here. Then next week, after this, we have more wrestling on Thursday the 15th. South Tama will go to Vinton for a double duel. That starts at 6 o'clock. And then we'll have STC basketball the following night. It'll be the boys here at home against Centerpoint Urbana. That's the upcoming schedule. Got a couple girl-boy double headers coming up the following week to end out the December schedule, so we'll get to check in back in with the girls team in the last week of the season, or the last week of the December calendar. And with that, we will sign off. I'll leave you with the sweet, sweet sounds of our own Hot Jam.